England nil, Scotland nil. England nil, Lithuania with kilts nil. Stevenage nil, Woking nil. Absolute shite. What a rubbish performance from England. I tell you what, I do not want to read or hear Gareth Southgate or the English media that are up his arse talking about positives, talking about a really old school battle between Scotland and England. I tell you what an old school battle between Scotland and England was. 96, when Scotland actually had players that could play for top teams. Colin Hendry, Gary McAllister, Ali McCoist, Andy Gorham and many others. That Scotland team is full of, apart from Andy Robertson, average players. England's team is full of Champions League winners, Premier League winners. This is a joke. What has happened tonight is a joke. Applause for Scotland. Take it as a win. Because it is a win. That is a win for Scotland. They should take a 0-0 thing as a win. And maybe they could have nicked a win. I don't think they could. But 0-0 at Wembley is like winning 10-0 for Scotland. It's a fantastic result. For England, in fact, let's call a spade a spade. 0-0 is a 1-0 win for Scotland and 0-0 is a 1-0 loss for England. Let's call it how it is. That's a loss for England and it's a win for Scotland. And I tell you why, because Southgate is crap. Absolutely crap. I said this before the tournament. I've never really been into an England tournament before and been so fed up. But I said, if we do well in this tournament, it will be despite Gareth Southgate and his coaches, because he's got no CV. He's got no CV. His football is abysmal. It's negative, it's conservative, it's defensive. What did he get right today? Well, he actually played a left back with a left foot, but he kept the same front four, which I thought was shit against Croatia. I think against Croatia, he was going to make the changes. They made a mistake, Croatia, even though they were controlling the game at that point. We scored a goal and then we parked the bus and we beat Croatia 1-0. That's what we did. And then today we played even worse. You know, the football is abysmal. It's side to side with a long ball. He's got no idea how to play through teams quickly. It really, sometimes United play like this. Instead of moving the ball one touch, take three. You know, go side to side, try and hit a ball over the top. They don't mix it up. There's no triangles. Mason Mount looks lost compared to Chelsea. Foden looks lost compared to Chelsea. If you're going to play that brand of football, the stupid thing about Southgate is he should pick Grealish. Because as you saw when Grealish came on, he didn't light the world up. But what Grealish will do is hold on the ball and try and take a man on and win a free kick. Mount and Foden, they want to give and go. They want to make things happen. Harry Kane, rubbish today. I don't know how Raheem Sterling stayed on for 90 minutes. You've got Jadon Sancho. You've got Calvert-Lewin. He put Marcus Rashford up front. I can tell you now as a United fan, Marcus Rashford ain't no number 9. If you're taking Harry Kane off, bring Calvert-Lewin on. Why bring Rashford on as a number 9? That was stupid. Does he not watch United play? Does he not know? Like, bring up a United fan. I'm thinking of taking Harry Kane off. Who would you bring on? Not Marcus Rashford. He's not a number 9. Take Sterling off for Rashford. Take Sterling off for Sancho. Take Harry Kane off for Calvert-Lewin. Don't put Rashford there. So, you know, absolutely shambolic how we performed in that game. And I think that, look, I'm going to do the player ratings in a moment, but I'm just not happy. I'm just not happy with that performance. I thought it was very, very poor. And I think at the end of the day, we should be embarrassed. And the bigger picture for me is that we talk about winning things. We talk about winning the Euros. Forget about it. Forget about it. I think the thing for me is now, we'll go through. We've got 4 points. You'll go through with 4 points. If we go through top of the group, we'll play Portugal or France, and they will beat us. And Southgate, that means we'll be out before the last 16. And he's got to go. So for me, the silver lining is the Euros probably will end up being a write-off. I would rather we didn't scam our way to the quarterfinals and Southgate stay in a job. I actually think now, let's beat Czech Republic, let's go and play Portugal or France, let's get absolutely battered and let's get Southgate out of a job. That's how I feel tonight. That's really sad, but for the betterment of English football, you can't play tactics like that. You know, I don't want to scam. I'd rather we build for the future. And we've got some really good players and he doesn't know how to get the best out of them. That's not going to change overnight. You know, if you can't break Scotland down, how are you going to break a good team down? It's crap football. And to be honest, the football's always been pretty crap under Southgate. So, look, I'm disappointed tonight like most England fans are. But what's the future under Southgate other than the fact that he speaks well? You know, so what? Oh, and the English media need to do their thing. Like, I've seen it with Keegan, I've seen it with Robson, I've seen it with Venables, I've seen it with Hodgson, I've seen it with Sven-Goran Eriksson, with Capello. The English press are not quiet in having a go. But no one wants to do it with Southgate because he's such a nice guy. He speaks so well about a wide range of things, but he doesn't play good football. His job's to manage a football team. If he speaks well about political issues, get him a job in the Conservative Party or the Labour Party. He is very good at that. But I want my England manager to play good football. He has an embarrassment of riches and can't get them to play good football. Steve Clarke doesn't and gets his team to play as a team. That's the thing. Steve Clarke gets his team to play as a team. Southgate can't. Awful. Absolutely awful. I don't want to see a positive because it's shit. Player ratings. Pickford probably gets a 7 because he made a really good save. Reece James a 6. Stones 5. Crap performance from Stones, and he should have scored. Tyrone Mings, I thought actually deserves a 7. I think he's a limited centre-back, but he actually played quite well for us today. Luke Shaw would get a 7 as well. I thought he played really well. He'd be a man of the match contender. Gave us balance down the left-hand side, which we didn't have with Trippier last week. Declan Rice, probably a 6. Limited position from him. Phillips, for me, was a 5. I don't know how Calvin Phillips stayed on the pitch. I mean, look, you've got Jude Bellingham. You've got Jordan Henderson. I don't know why that sub didn't happen. Calvin Phillips and Raheem Sterling, why did they play 90 minutes? They clearly needed to be subbed off. 5, Phillips. Sterling, 5. Don't know why he stayed on. Got no idea. You know, you can make 5 substitutions. He made 2. I don't get it. Why did he not make more substitutions than 2? Why did Phillips and Sterling stay on when you've got Sancho, Bellingham, Henderson? You've got loads of options, and he chooses not to do it. Who else? Mason Mount, I'd probably give him a 6. I thought he tried, but there's not a lot going on. Mason Mount suffers in a team that doesn't play football, and Southgate don't want to play football. We've done Sterling. Grealish, 6. I mean, little bits, but not enough. You know, the football was moving too slow. We don't move the ball quick enough to give the space for Mount and Grealish to hurt teams. The trouble is, Mount and Grealish are getting the ball with their back to goal with the whole Scottish team back. We're not moving the ball quick enough. Harry Kane, probably a 4. I thought Kane was atrocious today. I don't think he was that good against Croatia. I don't know whether he's carrying an injury. Does anyone know? Really poor, Harry Kane. And Rashford probably gets a 5. I mean, Rashford didn't really do anything, did he? Because he's not a forward. Like, I'd like to give Rashford a 6, but he didn't do anything. And he's not a number 9. But the trouble with Rashford and Kane is that they're dropping off to get the ball. You're playing against a team with a back 5. Why is Harry Kane and Marcus Rashford coming deep to get the ball? We're playing against the back 5. Play on the last man. What's that all about? Why is Southgate letting them do that? So, not a good performance. My England man of the match is probably... It's either Shaw or Mings. You know, if an England player is a man of the match is a defender, you've got problems. And England have got problems. I suspect we're going to be out of this tournament very, very quickly. We've got an embarrassment of riches, but we've got an embarrassment coach. And that's the bottom line. Smash the like on the video. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're back live tomorrow with some real football. France at 2 o'clock and then a big game between Portugal and Germany at 5. Looking forward to those and forgetting about England. Because I think the Euros are going to forget England very soon. Because we are on a fast-track ticket out of this tournament. Embarrassing. Thanks for watching. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe. I'll speak to you all soon.